well as a strength coach, yogi, also endurance athlete. This is 30 minutes. We're gonna start off in standing with a little bit of a quick yoga warm up. Take it down onto the mat. We've got 3 core advanced power ab moves. I will show options. I'll always show modifications. Weights are optional, up to you, not needed. Always suggested. If you got them, bring them. 30 minutes, let's get started in standing. We're just gonna warm up, then we're gonna take it down onto the mat. We've got our core, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All levels, fairly advanced, but I will show some options, right? Listen to your body. That's always my PT advice. Listen to your body, modify as needed. Start off in standing with a nice little vinyasa warm up, just to get our bodies moving, checking in, seeing how everything's feeling, anything feeling tight, stiff, checking in, working on that nice tall spine. Inhale, reach to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down, shake it out, knees are nice and soft. Give your lower back a nice little stretch here. This should just feel good. Release any tension in the lower back. We're gonna start off slow, speeding it up as we move through this sequence. One more breath here. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out the knees for more of a hamstring stretch. This is your hip hinge. Here, hinging at the hips, bracing with my abs. Hold for one breath, tuck the chin in. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank. We have a few planks on our warm-up, not that many today. Every class is different. So today we're not doing too many planks, but let's take advantage of some shoulder strengthening right now. Spread your fingers wide, push away from the mat. Abs are braced, one breath here. Exhale, knees down slowly, lower chaturanga, elbows close to my sides, uncurl my toes. Push yourself up into a little baby cobra, a little bit of back extension. This should be good on the spine. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. A little bit of abs bracing here so we're not pinching on that lower back. And then exhale back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. That is the whole flow. You do not need to be great at yoga to have a little bit of yoga in your life, right? We're just using it as a warm-up, nothing crazy. Pedal those feet, give your ankles and calf a nice little stretch. Bring that booty up high to the sky. Round 2, same thing. Walk your hands back to your feet. We're gonna speed up a little bit. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Articulate through your whole spine. Inhale, reach to the sky, round 2. Exhale, forward fold, arms come all the way down, knees are soft. Give the lower back a nice gentle stretch. Hold here, one breath. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees out if you want more of that hamstring stretch. Hold it here. Hands come down, step back into plank, plank number 2. Let's take advantage, get some shoulder strength in our warm-up. Push away from the mat. Active shoulders, one breath here. Exhale, either knees down or all the way down. Challenge yourself, chaturanga. Elbows close to my sides. Uncurl my toes. Push yourself up into cobra or all the way up, up dog. Again, for this spine extension, we want this to feel nice on the back. I don't want it to feel like it's pinching, right, or stressful on the lower back. So a little bit of bracing your abs and a little bit of retracting the shoulder blades, engaging your lats. That will help to stabilize that lower back. So open the chest. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. One more round, then we're moving on. We do have more planks just in our warm-up, so just get ready for that. Last round, walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Inhale, reach to the sky. Tall spine, exhale, forward fold, knees are soft. Hang out, one breath here. Inhale, halfway lift, warming it up. Hands come down, plank. Last time here. Strong shoulders, push away. Exhale, lower however you need to. Up dog or cobra. Some spine extension. Right, we're hunched over things all day. Let's get some extension in the spine. Exhale. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We're moving on. Let your heels just drop in downward dog. If you're like me, one of my runners, cyclists, whatever, your calves are tight, your heels probably don't touch the ground, that's okay. This is just a chance to kind of stretch them out a little bit, work on some flexibility, mobility. So take one more breath here. And then we're gonna come into standing and we're gonna walk out into our plank. So I'm gonna show you what that's gonna look like. So walk your hands back to your feet, come to the back of your mat. Moving on, I'm gonna move my weights out of the way. Don't need them just yet. So I like to have a nice wide stance for this because what I want to happen is inhale, reach to the sky. So I'm in my tall mountain pose here. I'm going to come down walk it out into plank. And when I come down into this squatty position, give your hips some space. So I'm gonna reach, and then I'm here. So if I've got tight hips, give your hips more space so that you're not doing this when you walk out. Flatter back, right? So a lot of times just widening your stance, like the width of the mat, will help. And then we walk out into plank and then walk it back. So that's what we're doing. Come to the back of your mat. Inchworm it out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, walk it out into plank. That's it, right? So just a little bit of mobility, a little bit of planks. Inhale, reach. Exhale, walk it out. If you want to add a push-up at the end, I always suggest try one, right? Great way to add in a little bit of quick, easy upper body strength. Add that push-up in. Even if you need to do maybe a bent knee, it's all good. Maybe if you need to go to the wall. The way we get stronger at our push-ups is we do more push-ups, right? Push-ups, planks, a great way to add in a little bit, supplement a little bit of upper body strength, and you don't need weights, right? So if you're lacking, say all you do is run or bike, don't have a lot of upper body that you're adding in strength-wise, add some of this in, right? Pretty easy. Again, upper body posture is a part of our core. So when I say core strength, it's not just abs, right? So we want a little bit of that upper body, that shoulder, that mid-back stability to support our core. So just at your own pace, let's just do a few more, and then we're gonna finish with our warm-up, get into this power ab series today. Got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Let's go one more just like this. And then walk it back. All right, take it down onto the mat. Let's do a little bit of a cat-cow spine mobility, finishing up our warm-up. And then I'm gonna walk us through this core series. Again, every class, if you subscribe to my channel, every class has kind of the meat of the class, so the core work in the middle, usually about a circuit of 3 moves, 3 rounds, 3 moves, pretty advanced, but I will show some options. So I'm always gonna give you lots of cues. Again, with this cat-cow, I'm looking for mobility in the spine, working through any sticky spots, really articulate, meaning moving through all those segments. Exhale, inhale, open the rib cage, exhale it out. Every part of that spine needs to move. We want a supple spine is a healthy spine, right? We want the mobility, the flexibility, we want the strength. We want both. I want it all, right? Let's do 2 more just like this. All right. So that's it for our warm-up. We've got a core series. If you've got the weights, bring them now. We're gonna start off with one of my favorites, my Russian twists. So if this doesn't feel great on your back, this seated position, you can just come onto your back and do some bicycle crunches, right? An alternative. Obliques is our target here. So weights, optional, highly suggested. Add a little bit of weight. Anytime we're trying to work on a little bit more core strength or definition in our abdominals, add some weights, right? So we've got the core stability. So some stability moves like maybe our planks, but then this, we can add some weight to it and we're working on maybe a little bit more of that strength. So our first round, I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. I'm not here. I'm here, and then I'm going on some nice rotation. So I really love these Russian twists because for a lot of us, especially my cyclists and some of my other athletes, I want you to find that sweet spot where you're sitting on your butt, right? You're not rounding into that lower back. So this is finding that neutral position, my pelvis. I have to keep my upper body engaged. I'm using my arms. I'm getting some strength for my arms, but then I really need to keep that connection here as I add some movement, some rotation. So can you find that position? Now, if you don't have weights and you want to add a little bit of a challenge to your balance, you can lift the legs up. You can do both. I have a 10-pounder here, so it doesn't need to be super heavy. I want you to focus on, for this first move, this first round, we're gonna go long endurance-wise. I want you to really focus on rotation, full rotation. Remember what I said about mobility. We want that mobility in our spine and in our joints, and we want the strength as well. So I don't want this. I want this. Full rotation. Engage those obliques fully, right? So we've got our Russian twist first. We've got our second move is going to be a little bit of a hold, and then we're going to finish off that hold with a little bit of a flutter kick. So it's a challenging move. I will show you options. So that's our second move. It's a little bit of a static hold, and then a little bit of this deep kind of like lower abdominal work. And then our last move is also going to be a little bit of a reverse crunch. So a little bit of lower abdominals. So challenging, right? Last few here. 4 more. Twist. 3, 2, 1. Hollow body hold, 30-second hold, 10 flutter kicks at the end. Now, if you're new to hollow body holds, they are advanced. I will show you options. If you really want to be a total savage with your hollow body holds, you can also hold the weight here, hold, and then we're finishing with these kicks, right? So if you're new to hollow body holds, we're going to do 30 seconds. This is your easiest version. Just hold it, right? Just like our Pilates position. This is harder, hardest, even harder holding the weights. Keep your lower back pressed down the whole time. I cannot emphasize that enough. We do not want our lower back screaming at us at the end. So 30 seconds, get ready. In 3, in 2, I'm gonna hold the weights for this one, and go. Holding. The lower your legs go, the harder it is. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked in. This is advanced. I'm gonna keep my head elevated, pressing the rib cage down, making sure my lower back is glued to like 0 space. My lower back is glued to the floor. 30 seconds, almost done, and then we're gonna do a quick little kick. In 3, 2, kick it out, 10, 9, 8, breathe, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, relax. Reverse crunch, elbow tinny. You've got 2 options for this last move. If you just want to do the reverse crunches, that's going to be here and tap. If you want to do elbow tinny, here. Exhale. Engage that pelvic floor. Squeeze, pull. Lift that booty up like, I don't know, 2 inches off the floor maybe. This is the key. The lower part, reverse crunch. And if you want to add even more of that connection, elbow to knee. Up to you. Again, I'm going to say same cue for this hollow body hold is when my feet tap, my lower back is firmly pressed down. If you want further, you can scoop. So if you just want to do, I don't really want to do the crunch part with my head. Like if your neck is a little bit sore, sometimes look at that with some patients, do this part. Challenge yourself. The further away you go, right, the lower abdominals are going to feel that pull, eccentric pull. That's the part where you need that lower back to stay pressed to the ground. I would always suggest challenge yourself, but keep the form has to be there first, right? So we don't want to do this one if our lower back is not staying connected, right? I personally like this one the best because when I lift my head up, for me personally, I know that I'm keeping my lower back down. So I know that I'm locked in. So for me, it's not always about doing the harder ones. It's about doing the ones where I'm doing it right. I know that. I'm not going to thrash my lower back, and I can challenge myself, right? And I'm not going to let fatigue take over and then, oh, my lower back is aching because I let my back, arch. So let's do a few more here. And we go coming back to that Russian twist. Again, these are all pretty advanced. So listen to your body, take a break. 2 more. Last one. All right, back up into seated. Russian twist, find your position locked in, right? If you're riding on a bike, you know this. Finding that solid position on the saddle, right? Anything else. My squat, I want to be sitting back, weighting into my hips, not stuck into my tailbone, right? Find that, add the weights, round 2. 3 rounds total. I want my first round, my second round, my third round to be the same, right? I really want to be paying attention. Core work does not need to be long, right? So my suggestion, my class is 30 minutes total. Core, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Just be efficient with your time, right? So we're hitting a couple of different things with our core work, which is what I would suggest to any of my clients, my athletes, my patients. And then just think about, adding that in a couple times in your week, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and then just being intentional. So I'm not spacing out while I'm doing my core work. What am I focusing on? This is your chance to check in with your body, get that mind-body connection. I'm working my obliques here. I'm working on my posture. This is going to help translate into your sports and the rest of your life. So use this time to stay focused. And then the rest of the time when you're doing your sports, then it'll just become more natural, right? Because it's already in your head. You've practiced it here. So that's my one suggestion. Let's finish with our Russian twists. Nice rotation. Again, challenge yourself. Rotate more. Nice way to open up that upper back. Mobility of that thoracic spine, that mid-back. Rotate. Last 4. 3, 2, hollow body hold is next. On your back, you pick your level. Let's start in 3, in 2, and 1. Hold it again. Sometimes, I will tell you a little secret, sometimes holding the weight makes this easier, right? Because you actually can hold on to something and grab it for support. Now, whatever level you're doing, legs are lower, legs are higher, is easier. Lower back is staying pressed down. We're going to finish with this little flutter kick at the end. So if you need to take a break, you can come back here, right? In 3, 2, kick 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Reverse crunches is next. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse crunch or elbow to knee crunch or any other one, right? I'm just the guide. You guys can always modify based on your body, how you're feeling today, if you want to make it more advanced, if you've got different weights you want to add in. Again, 3 rounds, little circuit here, giving us adequate time, enough volume, right? This is kind of an appropriate amount of core strength that I would give somebody. 10-ish minutes, maybe, right? Our warm-up has some core in it as well. On our cool down, we're going to stretch, but it doesn't need to be a lot. Just be efficient, be effective, targeting a couple of different things. We had our planks, have our lower abdominals, obliques. We're getting a little bit of everything, right? Last after this. And then we'll do a little bit of stretching, maybe a little bit of lower just to finish out class. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notifications. I host a live class every week. There's a core class playlist if you want to see some other workouts like this. There's also a core workout. So if you just want this part, this little 10-minute workout, tons of other ideas in that core workout playlist. 4 more, exhale, squeeze, lift. 2 more, lift, 1 more. Last round, you guys. We're not taking breaks. I want to get in my little low back strengthening at the end, so let's try and zip on through this. Oh, we got time. We got plenty of time. So we'll finish with a little bit of lower back strengthening and then stretching. And that'll be it for today. Again, I'm focusing on my form, rotation, obliques. What am I working on? Being mindful of what muscle group am I working on right now, right? Still keeping my chest open. I'm not rounding, right? So I'm engaged in my back, pulling the shoulder blades down my back, opening the chest, focusing on as much rotation. Everyone's different. Some people just are not that flexible, right? So just as much rotation as you can comfortably, right? And again, if you're doing legs elevated, totally fine as well. Just challenging your balance a little bit more. Again, that's working your core as well. Finishing off this last round, last set. You should be feeling it. I know I'm feeling it. 4 more here. 3, 2, really rotate. 1 more. On your back, hollow body hold, whichever one you're going to do. 30 seconds. Get ready. In 4, in 3, in 2, and last one. Hold it. 30 seconds. Make sure that lower back is pressed down. Challenge yourself. Elevating the head will help you push that rib cage down, and that will help you put your lower back down. Connect everything. We want to think of our core front, side, back, all connected. Almost done here. In 3, 2, kick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, feel the burn, 5, 4, 3, these are hard, 2, 1, relax. Last move, we are done with these weights. Done and done. Let's do a little bit of that reverse crunch. Whichever version you're doing, exhale. Think about lifting your butt up off the floor. That's a little bit of that pelvic floor as well. That's the bottom of your core, men and women. You want to activate that pelvic floor. And if you want to add that upper crunch, totally up to you. I'm going to exhale on the squeeze. Exhale. Exhale. Finishing out this series, squeeze, lift. A lot of that lower abdominal work is probably what people find the most challenging, right? Especially as the legs get away from you. You're doing this little scoop. It's a lot of work, really maintaining that stability. People tend to feel that a lot. I like these exercises. You can kind of tell you're doing them right, right? So last few here. If you want to do that scoop, maybe go a little bit lower. Almost done. Then we're going to flip it over and do a little bit of lower back. Let's do 4 more just like this. Squeeze, lift, lower. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Extend the legs long, shake it out. Reach to opposite ends. Open up those abs. Extend, extend, extend. Let's flip it over onto our belly. A little bit of lower back. Superhuman, superwoman, supermans. Again, activation. So we're not going for pure low back strength here. I like to call this a little bit more of activation. So I want you to think about reaching to the opposite ends of the room. I love this exercise. Why? It's kind of boring, but it kind of like activates, right? Most people can do it. So tuck your tailbone under ever so slightly, so you're not arching really into that lower back. Tuck your tailbone ever so slightly, tuck the chin, lift opposite arm and leg, extend, reach to opposite ends of the room, and then lower. That's all you're doing. Reach and lower. So we're just going to do a little bit of opposite arm and legs. And then we'll finish with a little bit of a hold. And I just want you to think about getting all these muscles on the back side of your body activated. Wake them up. We spend so much of our life flexed over things, hunched over things. Gravity is driving us all forward. So let's really activate everything on the back side of that body, that whole posterior chain. Wake all those muscles up. Pull yourself back. It's not so much about this like extreme arch. I want you to really think about lengthening, reaching, and activating. Right, so we're elongating. We're not just pinching into that lower back. And if all you feel is your lower back kind of like getting tight, like in a not good way, I want you to think about bracing with your abs in the front a little bit more and or tucking that tailbone ever so slightly, right? This one should not feel like it's just jamming your lower back, right? And same thing with your cobra or your up dog. So for a lot of people, a little bit more of your abs, just bracing in the front, maybe a little bit of tucking that tailbone under just so you're not jamming into that lower back. And a lot of people just have a tight lower back, so it's kind of naturally wants to like lock up on you. So you can work through those things. Just be gentle with your body. Again, hold for 2, release. Hold for 2, release. Last few here, and then we're just going to do this nice static 10 count hold, arms and legs. So lift arms and legs, hold both up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows at your sides, W position, same thing. Engage that mid back, lift and hold. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. 9, 8, 7, 6. Wake those shoulder blades up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms low, lower traps, mid back, lower back, lift, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Chin is still tucked in. 5. Abs are still a little bit on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink back into child's pose. Let's stretch, cool down, be done with class. Knees are nice and wide. This should feel like a lovely stretch for your hips and lower back. If it doesn't come onto your back, hug your knees to your chest. We're going to be there in just a minute anyways. Modify any of these moves as needed. I'm going to guide you through a little bit of a quick stretch, mobility, cool down sequence. I love this one. I do this almost every day. But I always tell people modify for your body. We're all built differently, right? So come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, rock the knees side to side, give your lower back a nice little massage. Should just feel really nice, right? Just loosening up, massaging that lower back nice and gentle. Release any tension. And then let that left leg go long on the mat. Shake it out. Release tension in that leg, that thigh, that hip flexor. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Nice, happy, healthy feet. A lot of us, we just don't really give our feet enough love. We're always in shoes. We're never really stretching. We're not really getting a lot of foot mobility and or strength. So use this opportunity to get those feet loosened up. Feet, ankles, toes. Make a little bit of a circle with the hips. Nice and gentle. Again, if there's anything that feels nice that you like to do for your body, you can add that in right now. I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas. Getting into all the joints and getting some nice mobility, relaxation. Relaxing that nervous system, allowing you to get deeper into that stretch. With that left hand, bring that right knee across your body. I want you to find an angle that feels like a good stretch for you. So you might want the knee higher or lower. If you're stretching out your glutes, you can be here. If you want to get more into that lower back, then you can rotate more off the mat. Again, everyone's built differently. Opening this right arm out just to get into that chest, rib cage, upper body. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Shake it out, release any tension. We've got one more stretch on this side, and then we'll finish with the other side. Almost done with class today. Again, subscribe to the channel and you will get notifications of all my live classes. Check out all the other core workouts. Mobility, foam rolling, all sorts. Come back to center. Figure 4 stretch, nice hip opener, finisher here. You can leave it like this. You can reach through for thread the needle. You can do pigeon pose. Whatever feels right for your body. Roll the shoulders, release any tension. Shake the head out. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly. And then exhale out through the mouth. Let all that air out. Slow down your breathing. Take one more breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale it out through the mouth. Switch sides. Unwrap that right leg. Shake it out. Hug that left knee in. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Roll that hip around. Same thing. Let's finish up on our left side. Same thing left side. We are almost done with class. Again, reach that knee across your body. Find that position on you. Again, you may look different doing this than me. Right? We're all built different. So find the position that feels good. Right? You're not just getting pinching here. You're feeling a nice stretch in that booty or that lower back. Right? If you want to rotate more off the mat, or you've got another variation that feels good. This is your class. I'm just the guide. So find something that feels nice to you, that's hitting this at the right spots. Right? If you've got tighter hips, focus on that. You got a tighter lower back, focus on that, right? You make this class your own, any class. I always tell my patients, any of these generic classes, you can modify based on what your body needs, right? And what's right for you. Last breath here, release tension in the neck. Let it go. Come back to center, figure 4 on the left side. Whatever version feels right to you. If you're gonna do thread the needle, pigeon pose, lots of options. Find one that feels good, like the right stretch for you. Roll those shoulders out. Release any tension on the exhale. Lower the shoulders down. A lot of people have a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders. Just get them moving. A lot of times we want to stretch them, but a lot of times it's just more about activating them. Let that tension go. Actively roll the shoulders. Shake the head out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Slow down the breath. Let's do one more nice long inhale through the nose. And then exhale it out through the mouth. Take your time. When you're ready, unwrap that left leg. Let's finish off class in seated. Last move. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, nice and mellow. Should feel nice on the back. Push yourself onto your side, coming up into seated. You can sit however you want. We are basically done. We've got our last move. Let's finish with that nice tall posture that we started off class with. However you want to sit, focusing on tall spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale it out one more time, and that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. Inhale, sitting nice and tall. Tall spine, tall posture. Exhale it out. That is it for today. I will see you guys next time. I hope you got something good out of class. Let me know in the comments if you like that. If you want something else, I can add it in. Take care of yourself. I'll see you guys next time.